Michelle here, and I'm back with another video for my child-free living series. So, I wanted to put some more information out there about, well, some of you may or may not know that last summer I had a bilateral salpingectomy, which is where they remove both of your fallopian tubes as a permanent form of sterilization or birth control, basically, so that it makes it damn near impossible to become pregnant, and it's permanent, as in it's not reversible. And I talk about this in some of my other videos. But I wanted to do an update. It's been about a year and almost 2 weeks now since I had it done. It is now June 19th, 2018, and I had this procedure done on June 6th, 2017. So it's been a few weeks, over a year, but basically, this is my 1 year update just on how things have been going since the procedure. And I'm not going to go too much into detail about the actual procedure itself and what happened right afterward and how that went, because I have other videos which I will I'll try to link the child-free living series I have on my channel in the description box below, or maybe somewhere around here, so that if you're interested you can watch some of those, and those go into more detail about the reasons I chose to do it, as well as the immediate what happened right after, during the procedure and afterwards, and all of that. I go into pretty good detail about all that for anyone who wants to know. I know that when I went to have it done, I felt like there was kind of this big hole in the internet when it came to this procedure. You really couldn't find a lot of information or reviews on it from people. There were videos on YouTube and things about tubal ligation and similar procedures, but as far as the actual procedure that I had, which is becoming, to my understanding, kind of the gold standard and procedure in the medical field at this time, it's really considered the kind of definitely one of the best procedures to have if you're considering going this route for permanent birth control. If you're considering to do surgery, this is supposed to be one of the pretty much the best way to do it, and it's becoming more popular with doctors, at least as far as I know, around the US and probably even around the world. But there's not a lot of information. When I went to go and have it done, I couldn't find a lot of reviews or people talking about it, especially on social media and things like that. So, something I wish that I had, I'm trying to kind of create that so that women now, and men if you were trying to help support, your partner in their choice, but especially women who might be considering this procedure, have something they can look to and kind of hear someone else's story, have an idea of what they might expect. That being said, I do want to put out the disclaimer that this is all based on my personal experience, so I can't guarantee that your experience will be exactly the same as mine. Either way, I'm hoping that maybe this content can be put out there to help women to maybe feel a little bit less scared or intimidated, and know that these choices are available to you. It is your choice and your decision, and of course you want to make, do your research and make the right decision for you. But going on into how I feel now, a year afterward, I don't feel a whole lot different, other than that I have a lot less stress around worrying that, I'm not worried that I'm going to get pregnant anymore. I don't have stress over that, and I can just kind of relax around knowing that my decision to remain child-free is going to be honored and respected for the rest of my life. So even though it really sucked in some ways having the procedure done, I am really glad that I did it and I got it over with, and now I can just go on the rest of my life, and that's one less thing that I have to worry about. So I'm really glad overall that I had the procedure done. Now some of you might be wondering about scarring and things like that. To be honest, I mentioned before in a previous video, I had 3 scars. I had 2 around my upper kind of like belly area, sort of this area of my stomach here, and then 1 on my belly button. I'm not going to show them to you because I don't feel like it, but that gives you an idea. And they're all very, very small scars. For me personally, they are still there, but they're so small and faded at this point that I barely notice them. And maybe some of it's just because I got so used to them being there. I personally don't entirely mind them being there because it's kind of like a little reminder to me of what I did and that I don't need to worry. But I mean, like, they're so small, and for me personally, like, I went to the lake like a few weeks ago and I wore a bikini, on the boat, and I didn't have, the scars were not a problem for me. Again, they're so faded and so small that you really barely, you kind of have to look for them to see them, in my opinion. I didn't feel like they were noticeable, and they're not something that has been bothersome to me. When I first got the surgery, yeah, they were a little bit more noticeable. And obviously with the stitches and all of that. But now, a year later, they're really not. I had a navel ring, and I did have to take it out for the surgery, and I kept it out for quite a few months afterward, just to make sure everything healed up all right. I didn't want anything to get aggravated. But now I do have my belly ring back in. I will say, when I first put one back in, it took some time to adjust. The scar on the inside, the little baby scar that's a little bit raised on the inside of my belly button, I know it makes it sound really bad, but it's really not a big deal. That scar would rub against the top of my belly ring. If any of you have a navel ring, you might know what I'm talking about. And that was uncomfortable, so I had to take it back out. But now, a year later, I've been wearing just a small, simple belly ring in my navel for like months now, and it's been completely fine. It's not uncomfortable. If I were to wear a heavier one, it might be, but those tend to be, I reserve those kind of for if I'm like in a bikini or like a special occasion anyway, because you don't really want to wear those all day. Like, I've never found those comfortable long-term use anyway. But I have a cute little sparkly one in right now, and again, I'm not having any troubles with it at this time. So I was really glad that I was able to put that back in eventually. So if anyone's wondering that is the answer to that question. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much to sum it up. The scars are, they're still there, but they're very faded. They're not really in the way. I can wear my navel ring again, and I don't really feel any different other than that, and other than just having less stress in my life over the whole child issue and all of that. And I know that, no matter what happens, my birth control is covered, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's kind of my update. It's back to life as usual. So if you're considering this procedure, I personally would recommend it. But of course, I recommend doing your own research, because, everyone's situation might be different. Decide what is right for you. Of course, this one cannot be reversed, so you have to be 100% sure that this is what you want. But anyway, that's just my little update. If you have any other questions about this or anything you'd like to know, please feel free to let me know. I am pretty transparent about this. I mean, I put videos on the internet on this topic, and I'm very happy to spread awareness about child-free living and about this particular procedure, and to just help women to get the information that they need. So if you like this, please like it. If you want more child-free living, freedom, minimalism, yoga, just living a good life kind of stuff, hit that red subscribe button, share it with your friends or somebody who might be considering this procedure, or maybe who has recently had this procedure and wants to know that, hey, it's going to be all right down the road. You're going to be okay. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. Hope you liked the video, and I will be back soon. Peace.